Hi guys, and welcome back to No Friend Left Behind. Shay here, and what you just saw is an example of a normal day for me working on my Etsy shop with ADHD. I will start working in my shop, working on listings or working on research, and it'll become mundane, and before I know it, thoughts will take over and I'll be in my bathroom cleaning my toilet. And then I'll have to redirect myself back to what I originally was doing, and I do this constantly. So whether it be working on designs, doing some research, or adding listings in my shop, I have a hard time trying to stay focused on the task at hand. So it's always a challenge for me when working in my Etsy shop. So if you want to know if I hit my goal of 1,000 listings by July, stay tuned until the very end to find out. Future Shay here, and I bet you guys want to know how many sales I've had recently, or if I've even had any. Well, stay tuned till the end. I'll tell you how many sales I've had, and I'll tell you if I did meet that listing goal or not. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel. Make sure to watch the rest of our content if you like this. And we've had a lot of fun recently. So again, just check in our No Friend Left Behind channel and make sure to subscribe. But first, I'm going to explain why it's a little bit more challenging for myself with ADHD to stay focused in my Etsy shop. Now, disclaimer, I'm not a doctor and I don't claim to be one. So anything that I'm talking about in this video are things that I've done research on, that I've read about, that I've seen videos on, and I've noticed on my ADHD journey. So if you feel you do have any of these symptoms, please seek a healthcare professional. I constantly struggle with trying to figure out what task is the most important task for me to start with for me to be productive when working on my Etsy shop. Now, for a neurotypical person, which for a simple definition is someone that doesn't have ADHD, they know exactly how to put their tasks in order. It's not a crippling thing for them to have to figure out, and will not take sometimes hours to try to figure out what task should go first in order to be most productive. Now, that's called executive function. Executive function is defined as the cognitive ability to control thoughts, emotions, and behavior. A neurodivergent person, or someone with ADHD, usually has a more difficult time trying to figure this out, and this is called executive dysfunction. Now, that means they have difficulty with memory, attention, organization, and self-regulation. So you can start a task, like say working on your Etsy shop, and you'll get up because you're thirsty. You'll go to grab the water and you'll see something that needs to be fixed. You'll go fix that thing. Then while you're fixing that thing, you'll see something else that needs to be cleaned. You'll go and find the cleaning products. You'll start to clean whatever that was. And next thing you know, you're in your bathroom cleaning your toilet, and it's about 45 minutes later. Now, it's not that you're doing it on purpose. It's not that you're being lazy. It's just a part of you. It's something that forces you to do it because you feel like, oh, it's just going to take a few seconds. Let me go ahead and work on that. And that's what an ADHD person ends up doing more often than not. I do it constantly. I am always struggling, trying to redirect myself back to my original task. Now, if you get frustrated with these executive dysfunction challenges and don't take medication, I do have some tips to help you in your journey, especially with Etsy, and you can use them for everyday life. First, write a list of things you want to take care of. You can create a list for the entire week, but then break that list down into smaller tasks. Having smaller tasks makes it seem more attainable to be able to finish those tasks. And you can sort it out in whatever order will be most productive for you. So here's an example. For the week, I want to create 10 designs for my Etsy shop, do market research, get SEO for all the designs, and check my Etsy ads. And that could be your list for the week that you want to get done. Now, you wouldn't want to do it all in one day because that would be completely overwhelming. But again, if you break the list into smaller portions, then it seems more attainable. Now that you've created that list of things that you want to accomplish for the week, now you want to break it down into even smaller tasks for you to complete. Here's tip number 2. These are ways for you to break it down into even smaller tasks for you to accomplish throughout the week. So the list for the week is, you want to create 10 designs for your Etsy shop, you want to do market research, you want to get SEO for all the designs, and you want to check your Etsy ads. So Monday, you can do research on 5 niches or sub-niches that you want to work on. Tuesday, you can look up SEO for 5 of the niches or sub-niches that you want to work on. Wednesday, you can start creating designs based on research of the 5 niches or sub-niches. Thursday, you can do research on 5 more niches and sub-niches, because remember you wanted to do 10 listings. Friday, you can create designs for those 5 niches, and then you can also sit down and you can check your Etsy ads. Now, I know that second tip isn't always attainable because we're human and we have a lot of other things that we are working on. So give yourself some grace when you can't complete all the tasks the way that you would like to or when you want to. Here's tip number 3. Body doubling can help tremendously. Now, for those of you that don't know what body doubling is, it's basically working alongside someone else to keep you on task. Now, you don't necessarily have to be in the same space as the person. It can be virtual as well, but as long as you are working alongside someone else, it motivates you to continue working. Now, the reason why body doubling helps is because it provides external motivation, accountability, reminders, and social support. So it is a way to really help you, again, stay on task. The No Friends Left Behind group went up to Beach Mountain in the beginning of the year, and while we were up there, we all worked together. Basically, this was body doubling. It made me want to work even more while they were working, and it kept me on task. I didn't want to be the only one not doing something, so it helped me stay on task. And here's a bonus tip. Write down a deadline for the task that you have. If you want your 10 listings, you want the SEO done, if you want all those things that you wrote down on your list completed on a Saturday, write down that date and make sure you have it visible. That deadline gives you a hard stop of when you want that task to be accomplished, and a lot of time you have more motivation to want to accomplish it by that date. Now, if you do complete that task or tasks on the date of your deadline, then reward yourself. And if not, don't beat yourself up. You can start over again. And if anything, you'll still have more listings, more SEO, and more designs than you did when you first started. Hopefully you'll be able to use these tips, especially in your Etsy shop, and that you'll be able to create lots of designs that will bring you lots of success. And you can also use these in everyday life as well. Now, if you've stayed with me this long, you want to know 2 things going on in my shop. Did I hit my goal of 1,000 listings for July? And how are my sales doing in my shop? I'm glad that you stayed this long, and I'm glad that you asked that question. I did not hit my 1,000 listing goal for July, but I'm only about 100 listings away, so I'm still quite happy with the number of listings that I have in my shop. Now, question number 2, where am I with sales in my shop? Well, recently I've been having an uptick in sales, and this is because of a challenge that Shawna and I have done. So right now I have over 200 listings in my shop. Now, with the challenge that Shawna and I are doing, I want you to stay tuned because we are going to tell you more about that a little later on. We will explain exactly what the whole challenge was about and what it entailed and how it worked. So, as for now, I'm at over 200 sales in my shop, and I am over the moon excited with all the sales. I've been having a lot more daily sales. So you guys, I am so excited to be able to tell you that. And I'm not going to beat myself up for not having 1,000 listings in my shop for July. Like I said, I'm giving myself grace, and I'm letting myself continue to work on my Etsy shop. The main point is that I'm not giving up on my Etsy shop. So one more thing that I wanted to add to this conversation is I've told you that I don't take medication for my ADHD, and it has worked, but I've come to the realization that I'm using so much of my brain power to try to be quote unquote normal that I feel if I try taking medication again, that it might help me stay a little more focused and a little more on task, and I won't be so off task all the time, and I'll be able to get things done a little easier. So I just recently went to a doctor, had a teleconference with a doctor, and something happened that made me feel like something's wrong with me. Now, when we hear certain things, our mind always goes to the worst possible scenario. And the doctor told me that they were going to have to, I'm starting over again basically with a new doctor, trying to figure out, where I should go with my prescription, with any kind of medication. So they have to do an evaluation on me. And the doctor basically said that they have to do a psychiatric evaluation on me. And my brain automatically went to me being crazy, me being locked up in a straight suit, in a straight jacket. And I became overwhelmed with emotion, and I told the doctor that I felt broken because of it. If you have ADHD or anything, you're not broken. You're not. You just have a little more difficulty functioning on a daily basis, but you're not broken. You are perfect the way that you are. And I had to really stop and think that about myself. I am perfect the way that I am. The only reason why I want to take the medication now, or try it at least, is because I want to see what it feels like to be quote unquote normal, aka neurotypical and not neurodivergent. I'll probably still have some of the qualities of a neurodivergent person, but it'll help me a lot more in my journey in this thing called life. All right, you guys, thank you so much for staying with me this long. Please stay tuned for the next video. And if you feel empowered by this video, please tell me how you feel empowered, and just leave a comment below and inspire other people as well. I will talk to you guys in the next video, and continue with your Etsy shops, continue feeling loved, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.